Hello everybody, and this is Fuzzfinger with more Final Fantasy VII for you. So in the previous episode we managed to farm for a gold Chocobo, which is this awesome fellow right here. And today we're going to be collecting some of the rewards for collecting this guy and all the effort it took to actually find him. Boy. So it should be a lot of fun, I hope. And I also hope you'll agree with me that Chocobo breeding was just about worth it. And I'm parked outside of Coral here, so the first thing I'm going to do is nip on over to this deserty area just here, and I believe there is a secret cave that you cannot land on with the airship, and we'll find out what's inside. Oh, something purpley. We received the HP convert to MP materia, which in my opinion has no use whatsoever. But we've earned it, so we'll collect it. That's the first materia out of 4. Now we'll board the airship, and we're going to head due east of the Chocobo Ranch for the second materia in the Medial area. Let's go. I've also managed to get my gold Chocobo up to S-Clank now at the gold source. So if you can win 10 S-Rank matches, then you will receive a pretty awesome prize. So you don't have to use a gold Chocobo for this one, but I like to. I like to collect all 4 materia together. And here we have the Quadra Magic materia, a very powerful materia that when linked to most of your green magic materias or summon materias will actually cast those materias or those spells 4 times in a row on one turn. So for instance, if you linked it with lightning, you would cast Bolt 3 4 times. The only downside is that you do use all your 4 times worth of magic points, if that makes sense. Right then, so there's one around the Wutai area. It's actually south of Wutai. So there's Wutai. We'll park here, shall we? We know where we are then. And we're looking for the East Mountain Range, or the east side of the mountains. Let's see whereabouts we're going. Ah, there we go. Also a very powerful materia here. The Mime materia. You give that to a character and they'll copy the exact move, apart from limit breaks, that the previous character did on their go. And when you pair that with, for instance, the materia we're about to collect next, the 4th and final materia, which happens to be the most powerful materia in the game, then you have pretty much an unstoppable destructive force for a party. Next we're heading over here to an uncharted island that isn't particularly easy to find, but there it is. It's not on the map. So I don't know why I came on the airship, seeing as how the whole point of getting the gold Chocobo is that you can't use the airship. We'll drop this fellow right down here. And we'll change the angle of the map so we can see where we're going. And there's the bad boy island. You can only reach this island with a gold Chocobo. And inside we'll collect the fabled summon materia, Knights of the Round, for which there is an achievement. Now you definitely want to level Knights of the Round up. Let's drop one of these all materias in favour of Knights of the Round. And what else should we put in here? Let's level up counter attack again. So you collect. So the 4 materials you should collect are the HP, which converts to MP materia. In my opinion, total rubbish. I don't think I've ever used it. The Mime materia, very powerful materia, command materia. And the Quadra Magic materia, which is a support materia, also very powerful. And then, of course, the Knights of the Round materia. So yes, Chocobo breeding is definitely worth the effort. And with that done, there are still some more areas we can reach now with our gold Chocobo that we couldn't previously. And I was trying to think which one we should do first. Okay. I think the area we want first is over on the other continent. And you'll need Vincent in your party for this one. It might not be on this continent actually. Oh yes. Is it around here? I thought it was. It's alright, I'm just having to get my bearings a little bit. I'll be back with you in a moment. Well, it must be over this side. It's a little area of Vincent. And if we can't find it, then it's no big deal really. We can always come back without a gold Chocobo. I think it's that there. We'll try it. Let's just move on over. We do need to put Vincent in the party. He is already there. Oh yes, there we go. Get a little bit of story here, and it's also important to come here for the limit break for Vincent, the final limit break, which you will collect later. But you have to visit it now, or on this disc at least at some point, in order to do so. So this is clearly way back in Nibelheim's past. So that's the young lady who is pregnant, I presume, with Vincent. Oh no, not Sir Vincent, sorry. Sephiroth. I don't know why I said Vincent. Ah, that's interesting. So that was Vincent. And that's why he considers himself to be cursed. Whatever they did to him was pretty weird. And now Lucretia, whatever her name is, has decided to hang about here after being experimented on. Yes, he's still alive, and we're going to go and kill him. Well, that's all we can do here for now, but it is important, as I mentioned, to visit this place, since you can only get that little bit of story on Disc 2, and without it, you cannot collect Vincent's final limit break on Disc 3. Right, where did we park? Down here, wasn't it? Actually, we do need to just nip into the mansion at Nibelheim. This is a purely optional part of the game, but it shows you a little bit of a prologue to the story, which is nice to see. You just need to go all the way down to the basements. Looks like we've got enemy encounters back. I'm not going to show you Knights of the Round since it's quite a long summon. But if you've collected it and haven't seen it before, by all means go ahead and cast it and see how powerful it is. Especially if you pair it with an MP Turbo and have a few Magic Plus materials equipped. As you can see, I haven't actually got that much gold left after Chocobo breeding, although I did manage to get my gold Chocobo after selling only one all materia. So head straight down into the basement, and you'll get a little flashback scene, as I mentioned, purely optional. So here we can see Cloud and Zack being infused with Mako. But Zack, being an ex-member of Soldier, is strong enough to break free of his friend Cloud, who hasn't taken too well to the exposure of Mako, and presumably this is where he gets his memories crossed with Zack and takes his memories on. Bearing in mind this is actually taking place shortly before the beginning of the game, not long before. So now we're hitching a lift. We're hitching a lift to Midgar actually. I guess Zack managed to get us onto the Shinra boat. Send us out to a different continent. Cloud, of course, isn't feeling particularly brilliant at this moment in time. Truck driver's the old wise man. Well, it looks like Cloud and Zack have arrived in Midgar, maybe. And it sounds like there's some Shinra soldiers around. And it seems that Hojo has finally caught up with them. And he doesn't look like he wants to let his specimens escape. Yeah, I think he's dead. What a moron. Never leave somebody who you know is still alive, no matter how well, what's the word? No matter how neglected or whatever it is you think they look. Because, see, Cloud is coming back. And he's taking up the Buster Sword. And he's right outside Midgar. So I guess that's when he crawls to Midgar and Tifa finds him. And recruits him into Avalanche. And there we have the start of Final Fantasy VII. So a few questions answered there. We now know what happened to Zack. Exactly why Cloud ended up with a few of his memories. And a load of, well, some other stuff as well. As I mentioned, purely optional. No items to collect down here or anything like that. Now, there are some other areas we can reach on our Chocobo that we couldn't access before, including the Ancient Forest. I would just leveled some materia up then, but I think we're going to do that in the next episode, since it's probably going to take a few minutes to do. I don't want to try and cram it in at this particular moment. And I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else we can go on our Chocobo that we haven't yet been. If there is, I think we'll do that next time as well. But to be honest, I think those materials that we collected, they're the main things that we wanted. Although there are some pretty awesome rewards in the Ancient Forest. There's some summon materia, which is probably not going to be hugely desirable now that we've got Knights of the Round. But there's a cool weapon for Cloud there, which actually has triple materia growth rate on it. So the earlier we can get that, the better. The area itself you can access later on, but if you have a gold Chocobo you can access it early. So I think we will do that next time, that'll be fun. But until then, I think we'll call it quits for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this episode and collected all your lovely luscious materia. We're going to kick ass now, especially when we face Sephiroth, so I look forward to that. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been Fuzzfinger, and I'll see you next time.